how do I write text to a text file using C#? Well, what we're going to do here is use the StreamWriter object inside of C# to actually write text data back out to a file. So to do this, let's begin an example program. We'll make a console application, and we're going to be needing the system.io namespace to gain access to the StreamWriter. So we'll put in our using statements here using system.io. Now, to use this StreamWriter object, I'm going to jump down into the main method and define a StreamWriter variable. So this will be StreamWriter, which I will call writer, and we'll instantiate a new StreamWriter. Now I'm going to give in a a string path to the file that I wish to write. So let me put in C for the drive. I have a CS folder on the C drive, and we'll call this file file.txt. And that will be the destination file which we will write to. And instantiating this should also open up the necessary handles to write to that file. So once we have this open, we can simply use our new writer to write out whatever we would like. So we could say something like writer.writeLine, and then specify some data that we want to write. In this case, I'll specify a string, and we'll call this string line1. Now we need to remember to dispose of the writer when we're done with it, meaning that way we'll free up any handles to the file and make sure that any data is completely flushed out. One should note that the write lines won't necessarily cache the data to disk. It's when you actually dispose of the writer that all of the data gets flushed to the file and the file handle gets closed. So we want to make sure that we say writer.dispose when we're done with the writer. And with that, I'll actually leave it alone here. I'm not going to hold up the execution of this app. We'll simply let it run and close. And if we go to the CS folder, we see we now have this file. And if we look inside of it, we have the text line 1. Now, just to prove that that file wasn't already there, I could delete it very quickly, run our application again, and if we look back at the folder, we can see that the file has indeed reappeared. So now if we wanted to write more text, or even to point out something else, whenever this is run, we will be completely overwriting the file, not appending to it. So if I change the program such that we have line 1 and line 2 written, as a matter of fact, let me write line 2 and line 3. That way we have some text that is entirely different than is in the file right now. Meaning if we look at the file, we see the text line 1. If we rerun the application and look at the file again, we have only line 2 and line 3. So using this method, we could now write whatever we wish to a text file.